back to the Henderson Overton Branch of the Blacklands Railroad. On February 21st, 2023, we arrived in Henderson, Texas to film locomotive number 2301, an EMD SD50. Just weeks prior to our arrival, the 2301 was transferred here to assist with the growing number of carloads that the HOB has been seeing. With our engineer Mark and conductor Aaron starting up our power today, it is time to get to work. Today we are going to be heading for the Union Pacific Interchange in Overton to drop off our outbound freight. But first, there is some switching to take care of. First things first, the cars coupled to the nose of our SD50 are going to be placed into a side track before we shove back to the transload yard by Highway 2276. We hop into the cab of the 2301 and head for the transload yard. Being in the cab of an SD50 was certainly an amazing experience, and I can't express my gratitude to the employees of the railroad. It is always a fun time visiting the HOB. At the transload yard, where some land is being cleared for the construction of a new track, a few switching maneuvers will be required to grab a priority tank car that is also bound for the interchange. While our train switches, let's dive into the history of the 2301 here. This SD50 was built in 1985 for the Chicago Northwestern. After being folded into the Union Pacific, it would find a new tenure of service in the leasing business. It would be on both NREX and PRLX's rosters before landing a job with the Texas Utilities Mining Company. It was there that it would receive a plain gray coat of paint and also its 5-digit number 23019. The Blacklands would purchase the SD50 to work on their Winfield branch, and they would also remove the 5th digit of the number. In early February 2023, it was transferred here to the HOB. want to point out that due to the sake of time, I edited out some of the switching moves. But basically, all I skipped was the priority tank car being shuffled in front of the 2 hoppers that will be left here at the yard. To position the power for it to lead back to the interchange, Aaron climbs aboard the outbound cars to apply the brake as they roll down the grade to clear the switch. Once safely stopped, Mark will move the engines to couple up. With the power now in position to lead to interchange, we shove back to where we started this morning to grab a decent cut of empty tank cars from Trinity Asphalt. Once coupled and prepped, we are bound for the interchange. Leading long hood forward is LTEX number 3814, a GP38-3M that was rebuilt from a Santa Fe GP35. Here we see our train easing through this nice little opening in an area that the locals called Poindexter. We arrive into Overton where all the cars will be dropped for Union Pacific to pick up. The Great Big Rollin' Railroad had nothing for the Blacklands to bring back, so once everything is dropped and set into position, we will travel back to Henderson Light Power. Union Pacific snuck up on me in the form of a monster intermodal train with a cut of auto racks on the front. I got a kick out of the mid-DPUs, a KCS bell and a CSX motor. I guess KCS still has to remind me of where I come from, even if I'm only gone for one day. The intermodal passes and our locomotives detach and make way to the switch where we'll start the return trip. As Aaron flips the switch, we're about to head back to Henderson. I'm going to ease off the narration for a few minutes to allow you to enjoy some raw footage of inside the SD50. Well, I really do hope you enjoyed our second trip to the HOB, and be aware that I will be back for a third time later this year. Some very interesting developments will be occurring here on the line, and I hope to be here to document them. Leave a like down below if you did enjoy the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll see you somewhere out there on the rails, and as always, thanks for watching.